obviously know where children come from, right? And you make the decision to get pregnant again. Well, I mean, but you know how you get pregnant. You know how not to get pregnant.
Judge.
Before we even step into this courtroom, here's what you need to understand. This case isn't just about one bad decision. It's about a pattern, a cycle of choices that keeps escalating despite multiple chances. Probation violations, repeated arrests, and now child endangerment. The judge is about to break everything down step by step, and by the end, you'll be asking, how many chances is too many?
Upon reading it today, it does not mention the defendant's mental health issues, which are bipolar, anxiety, and that's the main issues that are not.
It does mention that in the interview, actually. Under the part that says interview with defendant, it mentions those things. Anything?
And as well, I think it's mentioned in Dr. Gertman's report as well.
Sure. All right. Any other corrections or objections or additions to the report?
No.
No.
And so this was not agreed, correct? There's no agreement?
Correct.
And the underlying offense is a state jail or
Yes.
third state jail. All right. And so, and again, sir, would you please state your name for the record?
Dory Brett Edwards.
And
for the
Mr.
defendant.
And Mr. Edwards, will you be the one that is making, that's arguing for punishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You may proceed.
Your Honor, we would like the court to take into consideration the defendant's mental health issues that is mentioned in the pre-sentence investigation and in her competency evaluation. We believe that she has had a hard time in life, where she has told different medical professionals and the probation department. And we believe that she has several children who have medical conditions. There is a surgery coming up. And actually, Your Honor, we filed a motion for continuance because we just found out that our client is pregnant. I think 7 weeks pregnant.
That's denied.
And so we would ask the court to take consideration of her mental health issues that she has reported. We filed a motion to modify the terms and conditions of her probation when she found out she was suffering from bipolar. We did bring that to the attention of the court and the prosecutor and the probation office. And we would ask that she continue on probation.
Continue.
Those issues.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Lesniak.
Right here, the defense is trying to highlight mental health issues like bipolar disorder and anxiety. And yes, courts do consider this. But here's the key: mental health can explain behavior. It doesn't excuse repeated dangerous actions. The judge will be looking at whether she actually used the help she was given. So ask yourself, was she trying to improve or just repeating the same cycle?
My issues with Ms. Johnson are that she just keeps reoffending in ways that are putting her kids in danger. I like Ms. Johnson as a person, but she's just making some really bad decisions and putting the court in a position to have to revoke her or minimum give her some kind of inpatient treatment that it's just going to address all those. We've done, I think Ms. Davis has detailed out everything that probation can do for her. I'm just not sure what's left beyond revocation.
So, Ms. Davis.
This is where the prosecution shifts the focus. They're not attacking her personally, they're focusing on behavior. Reoffending, especially in ways that put others at risk, is a huge red flag in court. Judges care about patterns, not promises. So the real issue becomes, how many times can someone make the same mistake before consequences become unavoidable?
Other than, obviously you went through in this update for me. I'm going to go through and make sure that everyone agrees and we're all on the same page. So, Ms. Johnson, you were put on probation back in 2017, and that was a 5-year deferred probation. Is that right? It was a 3-year deferred probation. But then, while you were on probation, 2 years later, you were arrested for theft, Class B theft. And then there was a motion, just let me talk, okay? And then there was a motion to revoke your probation filed and a warrant issued. You were taken into custody, and then you posted a bond. While you were out on that bond, so you got out on bond on a motion to revoke your probation. Then 2 months after you were out, you were arrested in Nederland for DWI, posted a bond on that. And so a new first amended motion to revoke your probation was filed. And you were sentenced to probation on that theft in December of that year. And your probation in this case was extended for 2 years. So the motion to revoke was dismissed. You were given an opportunity to remain on probation. And then the pending DWI was just going to kind of see what happened on it, right? So then it looks like August 21st of 2022, you commit the offense of driving while intoxicated with a child under age in Chambers County, posted a bond on that. And so then a new warrant was issued for a motion to revoke your probation based on that. You were arrested on those warrants. You made a bond on those. I'm not sure why I kept giving you a bond. I obviously should have looked more closely at all of this. You came to court here May 1st, entered a plea of true to the driving while intoxicated with a child under 15, and that you failed to not become intoxicated. So then I'm looking at your interview here with the probation department, and take that into consideration with the fact that while you are out, it says here you have 5 chronically ill children. Is that correct?
I have 4.
4. One is deceased.
Well, yes, ma'am.
Okay. One's deceased. So you have 4 living children that have health issues. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You have health issues. Is that correct? Mental health issues, correct?
And
Now the judge is laying out the full timeline, and this is powerful. Probation is already a second chance. But here, we see arrest after arrest while still under supervision. Theft, DWI. Then another DWI involving a child. That's escalation. And in court, escalation almost always leads to stricter punishment.
health issues.
And health issues. And you obviously know where children come from, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you make the decision to get pregnant again.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Well, I mean, but you know how you get pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
You know how not to get pregnant.
Hormone shot.
This moment is intense. The judge directly questions her decision-making, especially about becoming pregnant again while already struggling with multiple responsibilities. It may sound harsh, but it's about accountability. The court is asking, are these choices responsible given the situation? What do you think too harsh or completely justified?
So the biggest problem that I have, Ms. Johnson, is that you're on probation for a crime that relates to endangering and abandoning a child. And now you've pled true to another offense that has to do with you endangering one of your children. And that's by driving while intoxicated with that child. The case that you are on probation for, I looked back, you and looks like another person, lady, were in a car, passed out with your 3-month-old in the back seat. So you didn't get a DWI because I guess you were parked and passed out in a car. It's in all likelihood you drove to where you were. So you're lucky you didn't get a DWI in that one. And here you are with another DWI. Actually, this would probably be, if they were all counted as DWIs, probably your third. because the first one probably should have been that you're on probation for. There was another one here in Jefferson, in Nederland. I don't know what the outcome of that was. What's the
I
outcome?
think that's the one pending down the hall.
Gotcha. So are you on probation for that? And there's MTRP on the DWI?
Yes,
Okay.
she has two pending cases in misdemeanor court.
Okay. Anyway, so I understand, and the mental health issues, I've reviewed all of those as well. The thing is, you've been given every opportunity, and probation has all kinds of opportunities and have given you to try to get those things, help with them and taken care of. But you haven't taken advantage of that. All you've done is put yourself, your children, and other people in the community at risk. At this time, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of truth.
Also, as it says in the pre-sentence investigation, when we came aboard on her case, we did mention to her, as you mentioned earlier, the importance of dealing with her mental health issues. And she did start going to treatment for that. And she did, I believe, comply with paying her fees and community service.
And I see that, and I appreciate that, and those are the least of my concern. Obviously, fees and community service are important, and that's part of probation, and I'm glad you did that. But putting herself, her children, and the community at risk is what I have to look at more so.
Judge, also in the competency evaluation, I believe that doctor did say that she had certain issues that she was trying to take care of, and
I appreciate that as well, and she'll be able to do that on her own at the appropriate time. At this time, I'm going to find, Ms. Johnson, that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 and 2 freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find those counts true. Well, hang on a second. Ms. Lesniak, did you have anything to add?
No, Your Honor, I think we can abandon counts 3 and 4. I don't think that
Okay.
is necessary for this hearing.
And
I think she did end up taking care of
I
it.
think, right.
and Judge, her dad and her aunt, they are here to provide support, and we have informed them about what was in the pre-sentence investigation, etc.
All right. Thank you. Anything else?
No.
Ms. David?
Here's the turning point. The judge connects past and present behavior, especially involving children. Being passed out in a car with a baby, then later driving intoxicated with a child. Even if earlier charges didn't stick, the pattern is clear. Courts don't ignore near misses. They treat them as warnings. And repeated warnings, they lead to serious consequences.
Other than what's in your report, is there anything else that you would like to add? Okay, then I'm going to find sufficient evidence at this time to find you guilty and revoke your probation. I'm going to find you guilty of abandoning or endangering a child. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 12 months in the state jail prison. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I need a certification.
And that's the final decision. Probation revoked. 12 months in state jail. The judge makes it clear public safety and child protection come first. Mental health and partial compliance matter, but they don't outweigh repeated dangerous behavior.